Alexander went to India, conquered a part of India. His people told him, when you go to India, get two things from there. Meet a Swami, a good sage, and get Gita and flute. He said, why Gita? He said, it's full of wisdom, no religion in it. Why flute? He said, flute has many holes, yet it plays. Do you know the meaning of this? Flute has many holes, exactly as we all have. Many weaknesses. Why flute plays? Because there is nothing foreign inside it. If you put anything foreign, it won't play. If you are natural, even if you have holes, you will create a beautiful melody. He said, what shall I do with great man? He said, you will find wisdom in him. So he told his lieutenant to take him. There he asked people, is there any great man in India at present time? There are people in this part of the world. Someone said, but you won't understand him, he's crazy. He said, no, take him there. He was sitting, looking towards the sky. So here comes Alexander. The secretary said, sir, here comes Alexander the Great. And he was not interested in listening. He said, do you know who is standing in front of you? Alexander the Great. He smiled. So Alexander said with folded hand, what can I do for you, sir? He said, yes, you can do something for me. He didn't look towards him. Just move. Let the sun come. That's what you can do. Great men don't want anything from you, don't expect anything, they don't need anything from you. Just don't create problems for them, and you are doing a great service. On the path of renunciation. Now, there is another path that is called path of action. On the path of renunciation, you renounce three things. Anything that you consider is mine, you renounce. Home? No. Renounce. Wife? Renounce. Children? Renounce. You will think this is a crude story, but when Swami Rama renounced his home and children, he went to Rishikesh. His wife followed. So wife never respects, no matter how great renunciate you are, wife is wife. So she told in front of all disciples, you stupid Swami, you are being irresponsible, renouncing all the children, going to the Himalayas. Nothing happened to him. He said, you stone face. You stupid. She gave him all the bad names. I say, me. No, him. What will happen to the children? You know what did he say? He knew the reality. He said, children belong to us and we have given to God, so children belong to God. She said, no, I don't want to hear this philosophy. Throw them in the Ganges, he said. So how cruel you are. She tells people, you stupid people, you are following such a fool who is telling the children to be thrown in the Ganges. He said, are you throwing them in the Ganges? She said, no. You better have them. Look after them. So he asked everybody, who is going with me to the Himalayas? So many people raised their hands. Okay, you are allowed. Come forward. 20 people. It was winter. Do you have enough money? Everybody said. Somebody said, I have 500. Somebody said, I have 1,000. Put everything here. They all collected. So he told one of the students, throw everything in the Ganges. And he said, come on, follow me. Only 2 people left to follow him. And they returned from Uttarkashi. Because if he was hungry, first he was not hungry. If he was hungry, he ate grass and drank water. Nobody could eat grass with him. He didn't care. So they returned. Finally he goes like a lord of the mountains and the universe to the Himalayas. And there it started snowing. So there was one Saripava. 2 people from the village followed him. So he was walking in the mountain. You don't know, when you walk in the mountain all alone in moonlit night, and if you have really have something, you'll feel like though you are Lord of the universe. Not less than him. You're all alone, enjoying the great canopy above, the beautiful landscape below, and you are in between. So he was walking and it started snowing, and it started snowing heavily. So this Saripava said, it's not possible for us to survive in such a snow. It's almost 8 feet. He said, what is happening? He said, sir, it's snowing. So, will you please stop it? So he stopped snowing, and snow started. It stopped. So someone asked him, what is this power? He says, when you have command over your limbs, your habit patterns, your mind, your appetites, your body, then you have command over the nature, limbs of the nature. The snow is one of the limbs of the nature. You can order it not to snow, it will stop for you. I saw it with my own eyes. There is nothing like that. While going to Gangotri, one of the shrines in the Himalayas, many of you have visited that. I was going with my master. He was 50% there and 50% here. So it was difficulty. Only I could communicate with him. He hardly spoke. So I knew his language. He used to say, And I knew what type of was he talking. So one word I knew. He said, let's go. So I would get ready. And don't go. Means I know that very well. That rings in my mind, that many times. And finally turns into home. One word nobody knew. You see, many people said, can you interpret? I said, yes. Just word You see. So at night he said, this is true, I'm telling you. And it was cold night at Karanpriya. And he didn't wear anything, So I got a blanket wrapped around him. I tugged him with the melu, big thorn. It's such a big thorn, used as a pin. So he was walking and I was also behind. I said, what a chaos, it's too cold. And you see, at 2 o'clock at night, what has happened to this old man? He's crazy. I said, Maharaj. He said, yes. So you were going. I said, do you know what is that? He said, where? I said, not there, here. And we started walking backwards. Finally, we came to the same place and he did not know. I made fire, he did not know. So in the morning, he laughed. I said, why are you laughing? He said, whole night I walked and I'm still here. How is it possible? What did you do? Because he was 50% there and 50% here. You see? I don't see anybody, very few, 1 or 2 people like that now existing. That is the path of renunciation. But most of the people follow the path of action.